Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to our mini readings and happy summer solstice and solar eclipse in Cancer. I am ecstatic because I'm finally back to do these readings, and the list is open, although we already have 7 people on the list, which is amazing. But the list is open if you want to get on the list. And what I do on these mini reading days is you can choose from an astrology reading or a tarot card reading. And the astrology readings you can have me look at your natal chart, or you can have me look at the transits, or you can have me look at compatibility if you have someone that you want to check the compatibility for. Thank you everyone for being here. Let's see who's in the chat. It's kind of hard to see the chat with this mic in the way. Hey Kim, how's it going? Hello Wendy, hello Stacy and Rebecca. Hi Ellie and Dewey, how's it going guys? Hey Abby, hello. Chanel, welcome in. Amber, welcome in. Christina G, welcome in. Spirit Messages, Crystal, welcome in. All right, you guys. I'm so happy that I can finally be here and do this with you guys. And don't forget, we're gonna do the giveaway today. So what I'm gonna give away this is for the month of May. All these names, there's so many names in here. All of these names are for people who signed up last month to do mini readings. So whenever you sign up, you get on the list. You get put on the list to win this giveaway. And every month I give away something different. This coming month, or for May, I'm going to give away one of my life purpose readings. And so this is a 30-minute reading. The value is $108. And I look at your chart, and I look at the North Node, South Node, Chiron, and those specific aspects that deal with your life purpose. So if you've been wondering what to focus on, what does your chart say about what is your purpose, then this is the perfect reading for that. And of course, if you've already had a life purpose reading with me and you do win it, you can always just gift it to somebody that you want. So I'm really excited to do the giveaway today. Hey Valerie, how's it going? Hey Lisa, hey Sunflower. And God, I gotta move this to where I can see it. It's driving me nuts. Okay, I guess that's a little bit better. And then we'll go ahead and do the readings. If you don't know what's happening, I'll give you the announcements before we actually officially get started. Like I said, we have 7 people on the list, but you can still get on. The list is open. I'm ready to freaking jam it out tonight. and be here for a while. So I hope you guys are too. Also, on Tuesday nights, we have Module 2, Aquarian Astrology Module 2, where we're going to talk about all about the sun and everything that has to do with the sun and astrology. So the sun's equinoxes and solstices, because that's basically cycles of the sun that we're watching, and we'll talk about the mythology of the sun. We'll talk about the sun in all of the different signs and what that means, and what the sun itself represents, which is actually our soul, and how that manifests in your personality, and how you can see that in your chart, and then also what the sun means when it's in a certain house, what your rising sign means, why does the sun rule the sign of Leo. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about the fire element, and it'll be an amazing opportunity to learn some more and continue on the journey. And if you haven't joined us for Module 1, Module 1 is ready for purchase. You can sign up for it and watch the replay. It's all on your student portal. When you log into my website, my courses website, which is courses.channelforgrace.guru, you have to create your own login and your own password, and that's how you access all of these things. So that's happening on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we have the summer webinar, where I will cover the next 3 months of astrology and how that's going to be affecting us collectively, but also how that's going to be affecting you personally. Because for some specific aspects, I will tell you where that's happening in which house in your chart, depending on your sun sign and your rising sign. And if you didn't get to watch last night's ceremony or the astrology video for the eclipse, make sure that you do, because that will give you all of the information that you need to know the power and the significance of this eclipse that is happening right now. It happened yesterday into today, and today is the summer solstice. So we are gathering here on a very powerful day. We're still in ceremony. And one of the things that I revealed to everyone, hey Nora, yesterday, is who will be the producer that's going to produce my album, and the company, or the album, the record company, is called Sonic Soul Studios, and they are based off of near Santa Barbara. And the main person, the main musician, the main producer is Patricio, who is actually the bass player for Nako and Medicine for the People band. So this is the perfect match for me. I feel like my music will be fully understood, and it will even add to it, because Patricio is going to be playing on my album too. I hit the jackpot. But I'm really excited about this. If you watch, Nako went live today and did an Instagram. Patricio was on it, and he was playing the bass and the guitar, and what else did he play? I can't remember. But anyways, he is like, I can't even, when I heard him play the guitar, I was like, are you kidding me? Like, this is the person that's going to help me and is going to actually play instruments in my songs? Like, get out. Get out. So that's what's happening. And if you want to help me reach my goal of $5,000, I have created a GoFundMe account or a page where you can donate, and the link is in the description of the video. And so the minimum for a full-length album is $5,000, which is actually cheap compared to how much it actually costs. I've had friends that have paid $7,000 to $10,000. So it'll probably end up costing more, but the $5,000 is what I'm initially, going to raise money for. So I'm like, everything that's happening right now is amazing. Earlier today, I sent out an email letting you guys know what my intention is for the summer solstice, and I'll share it with you guys here too, is I want to get my music out there. Like, I'm ready to do this. I have gone through this powerful rebirth with Venus. She actually, when she conjuncted my sun specifically, or exactly at 13 degrees of Gemini, she aspected my sun that is also at 13 degrees of Gemini. And so there was a powerful activation these last 3 weeks for me. I was synchronistically also on this trip, this journey. And it was during this journey that I discovered that I got in touch with Patricio and Sonic Soul Studios. And it's like a match made in heaven, you guys. Like, you have no idea. I've been waiting for the moment to be like, okay, that's the person, or that's the company, or that's the record label that I want to like record my music with. And it just so naturally flowed into place that I know it's the right thing. And I'm so excited. And there was one thing that I forgot to mention last night, about the realization that I had with this album, which is like the most important piece, I think, of it all. So when I was 18 years old, my grandmother passed away. My grandmother, her name was Nidia Correa, and she was, obviously born in Argentina. I'm from Argentina, but she passed away when I was 18 years old, and she was like my guiding light. She would always tell me things like, "You're my favorite," and things like that. I think that's where I got like, yeah, you're my favorite. I always tell people like, "You're my favorite." Everybody's my favorite, by the way. But I just felt such a deep, soulful connection to her. And she's the one that planted a lot of the seeds for me to grow spiritually and to evolve. And so I owe so much to her for giving me the little phrases in my mind that keep repeating. When you're little, and your parents or your caregivers, they say these things to you, they become your inner dialogue. And one of the things she used to say is, "Don't worry, be happy." And she always talked about everything's going to be okay. And I feel such a connection to her. I always have. I feel like she's always with me. And I actually, that cross that I wear sometimes, that you guys see me wearing, is the cross that was her cross. And my mother gave it to me a few years ago, because she said I should have it. And I was like, wow, so honored. And I remembered, so we went to meet Patricio at Sonic Soul Studios on it's Santa Ynez. But I remember, like, when my grandma passed away, she was cremated, and my mom took the ashes were at our house for a while, right? Like in the little vase thing. But then one day my mom decided she was going to go, throw her ashes. And I didn't know that my grandma wanted her ashes to be thrown in Santa Barbara. Okay. I'm going to start getting emotional. So, and this is why this is so crazy, okay? And why I don't even know why I forgot about this yesterday to tell you guys. But basically, I'm recording my album in the place where my grandma's ashes were spread. How? I don't know. But it's like, there's no doubt in my mind. This is it. And I want to, thank you guys so much for helping me, helping me to like fund this project with everything that you do, whether you sign up for a reading or a mini reading or an actual or a deeper reading from me on my website, or the astrology classes, or, the webinar, like anything you do, or even, yeah, right, Ellie, and even like the, donating to the GoFundMe account, all of those things are helping to make this dream come true. So, right, Rebecca? Like, it's wild. Yeah, me too, Valerie. So that's what I forgot to share last night, but I'm glad that I had something special to share with you guys today. So I feel completely like 100%, yes, let's do this, let's go. And I would so appreciate your help if you would like to donate to that GoFundMe page to make this a dream come true. Me too, Alex. Yes. So let's get started. We've got 7 people on the list. If you want to get on it, you still can. We're going to start with the raffle. Are you guys ready? So I am giving away a life purpose reading. So let's see who's going to win it. Who's it going to be? Oh, I feel it. This is the one. Sorry, it's glass, so I have to be careful when I put it down. Okay, if I can read this right, it's Megan Cornoyer. I don't know how to spell that last name, but Megan Cornoyer. Maybe that's... Anyways, congratulations, Megan. I'm going to contact you, so even if you're not here watching, I will contact you directly because I have your information through PayPal. I'm excited for you, and let's do this. Yeah, the owls too. How fun. Someone new. Hello. Okay. So let us begin. Can you guys hear me okay? Everything's good. We've got Jamie. Jamie's first on the list. So to make this flow more easily, the best way is congratulations, Megan. The best way is to make sure you have either, if you want tarot, make sure your question is ready. Like have it typed out so that you can just paste it when I call your name. And if you want an astrology reading, just have it everything typed out. I'm gonna need. I know, Dawn, it's crazy. I'm gonna need your date of birth, your time of birth, and the location of birth, and then like whether you want a natal reading or a transit reading. And if you do want the compatibility reading, I'll need that information for both people. And we can get started. So here I'm going to read the names off the list, and as we wait for Jamie's question. So we've got Jamie Doyle, then we have Chanel, and then we have Dewey, then we have Nora, then we have Crystal, and then we have Amber, and then we have Connor. And I just received another payment from Rebecca, so we'll add Rebecca to the list. Abby is Jamie. Okay, let me write that down over here as well. So I guess Abby. Yes, paid only, Shells. Okay, let me grab the iPad. The one thing that I forgot to do is to charge the iPad. So I might have to, while we're doing the tarot readings, I'm going to put it to charge so it doesn't die on me. That's okay. Let me just write your name correctly. Okay. So she wants a compatibility reading. So you have, okay. Let me pull up your chart real quick. I need to move this way closer. Hang on. It's like I'm having a hard time seeing. So this is going to be on the screen. Sorry, you're going to have to deal with it. So this is for Abby. And June 5th, 1980. Whoa. The eclipse, the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius was on your birthday. At 2:32 a.m. in Glendale. Okay, June 5th. I wonder where that was. I'll be able to tell right now. I'm wanting to know if this is in my head or coming from the heart. If what's in your head or coming from the heart. Let's pull this up. And then the second chart. Can you give me a time, maybe an estimate for the second, for his chart? Because I have to put a time in there. But he was born February 5th, 1980. And he was, you know where he was born? Let's see, hang on. Oh yeah, Oregon City. Okay. I know you don't know. What's your guess? Let's do 12 a.m. Okay, so let me make sure I have it right. 2/5, 1980, 12 a.m. Oregon City, Oregon. Okay, we'll just do 12 a.m. So know also that this is like not exactly accurate in terms of his information. I'll have to do let me share my screen real quick. I'll have to do a little check to see what could have possibly changed signs during I'm holding this upside down. Thanks for your patience, you guys, while I get set up. I haven't done this in like a few weeks, so I'm like, okay. But I think generally we'll be able to get some information. So let me switch screens so you can see the chart. There it is. So at midnight, when he was born, the sun was in Aquarius at 15 degrees. Mercury was 26. Oh, wow. The nodes had just moved into North Node Leo and South Node Aquarius. Venus at 24, 9 degrees. 7, 12, 26, 29. 1 degree of Libra. Okay. 21, 25, 22. Okay, the reason I'm looking through that is because if there were any planets on the cusp of us changing signs, then most likely they might have changed signs. But it looks like everything was most likely at these same near the same degrees for the whole day. Although the houses are not. I'm not going to look at the houses because that's not going to be correct information. So let's just look at the signs. When we do compatibility, so you're asking, you have these, feelings for him, and you're asking if they are right. Yeah, you guys both have North Node in Leo. That's actually a good thing. Let me look at your question again. So I'll tell you what I see in terms of compatibility, because that's what this reading it really helps you do. So you have your sun in an air sign. He has his sun also in an air sign, and so that does create a connection because you guys kind of see eye to eye. Gemini is the mind. It's actually the first air sign, because you've got Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and then Libra is the second air sign, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and then Capricorn, Aquarius is the third air sign, and then Pisces. So what happens with the air signs is you start with, well, you can't look at that, Rebecca, because the houses are not correct for him, unfortunately. The sun could have been anywhere. So I can only look at the actual signs. But basically, when you start with the first air sign, that's like the mind, that's like the beginning phase of the mind. And when you get to Aquarius, which is the third air sign, that's like the higher mind. And so having both suns in an air sign makes it so that you guys can communicate actually quite easily. You probably love having a lot of conversations with each other. You probably love talking. You mostly, and I think he probably does a lot of listening, but also expressing, and he probably enjoys listening to you express yourself. That's something that I think is a really good match for that. So that's the first thing I noticed. The second thing is, let's look at your moon. So you have moon in Pisces, and he has moon in Libra. And yeah, so this is interesting because air and water, they're not really energies that match per se. So what he's gonna desire, and emotionally, he's gonna be very balanced in terms of emotions. He's gonna want things to be fair. He's going to appreciate looking at both sides of the picture, and also want things to be not so like in depth. And the problem is that with your moon in Pisces, you are very sensitive, you're very psychic, you're very intuitive, you're very emotional also, and you're deep. And Libra is not, it's not as deep as Pisces. So the water signs are much more in depth when it comes to the moon, because the moon is ruled by a water sign, which is the sign of Cancer, and Pisces is the ultimate like psychic connection, you know, in terms of your emotions and your intuition. And so your moon sign is gonna feel a little bit like out of place, because with all the air energy, the Gemini, the Libra, I mean, all the air signs are pretty much represented here. With all that air, it's going to make it difficult for you to like be able to really truly like express your feelings in the way that I think you would normally like to express your feelings. And that might, you know, if you get kind of emotional, it might create like some kind of like tension, because he'll probably prefer things to be kind of even keel, cool, and balanced. But that's not really possible with Pisces. Pisces feels, and they're very empathic, and they're very connected, and so they need more depth than that. And the air signs don't really have a lot of depth, emotional depth. So that's something that I see in the connection. So like Wendy mentioned, that you know, both have North Node in Leo and South Node in Aquarius. However, don't let this chart that you're looking at misguide you, because remember, this is not his accurate time. So it looks as though the nodes are almost the same, but they could and they could not be. So all we're looking at is the actual sign of that these things are in, and not their actual placements in the chart right now. So having both of your north nodes in the sign of Leo, however, there's a connection. There's like a mutual understanding of like, we both share the same purpose. We both want the same thing for the future. Hey, Maria, we both want to honestly, like with Leo North Node, you both desire to be like the center of attention. So that might be a little bit of a clash. But at the same time, it's like you guys can work on your purpose together. And so that's actually a really powerful thing. You both you understand where you both come from. There's like a similar energy, like we've been there, done that. And now we have a different purpose, and somehow we're connecting at this deeper level. So maybe that connection that you feel has to do with both of you guys having the same North Node in Leo. And then the last thing I'm going to look at is the Venus and the Mars, which is like the sexual drive and the attraction. So Venus, you have Venus in Gemini and he has Venus in Pisces. That's good. His Venus in Pisces will really help you align with your moon. This is the connection. Your moon, so he attracts that Pisces energy, and I think that's why he attracted you, or vice versa. That Pisces energy, you guys both connect with each other along with that. And then with Mars, so you attracted air. So he attracted water and you attracted air. So he was attracted to your moon, and then you were attracted to all his air energy, which is the Aquarius sun and the Libra moon. Although I will say one thing, if he does have, the sun really close to the south node, that's kind of a gnarly connection. South node conjunct sun makes it difficult for people to kind of move forward in life. Just random aspect that I noticed. And then your Mars is in Virgo, and wow, his Mars is also in Virgo. So you both, the way that so Mars in terms of relationships and compatibility has to do with basically the action that you take towards getting what you want, or the way that you make love, or the way that you drive the relationship. And you both have Virgo. So I just by doing this general reading, I see a lot of compatibility here in this chart. That's what I see. And even so, like a collective or a connection with our north nodes are both in the same sign, and so we can both feel that deep connection. Mars and Virgo will, I mean, it's there may be a clash there because Virgo tends to be, very analytical, very detail oriented. But if you guys both like reach for each other in that same way, you'll feel the connection. You'll both do, like, there's harmony. You know what I mean? Like same signs create like harmony because they understand each other very deeply, and that's what compatibility is all about. So that is where I'm gonna leave that, and I hope that helped you out. That was really fun. I love doing the compatibility readings. Thank you, Abby. So next we have Chanel. And I can't remember what kind of reading you wanted, Chanel. Let me know. If you knew his birth time, we would be able to see things like, are things trining or squaring, or you know what I mean, which adds to the meaning of this. So, but just generally on the surface, it looks like there's a lot of harmonious aspects to this relationship, but without knowing those deeper, the aspects that the planets make to each other, it's hard to tell if the actual planets are in good communication with each other or in challenging communication with each other. Based off of just looking at signs, this looks good. Chanel, I'd like to know what message Spirit has for me in regards to big changes I'm making in my career. Tarot. Okay, let me plug this in so it can charge a little more. Okay, so let's pull out the tarot cards. Good evening. What message Spirit has for me in regards to the big changes I'm asking in my career? Let's see, what trying to decide which tarot cards to use. Okay, I'm gonna use the tarot. Tarot. So let's see what we get. So we need to know what message Spirit has for you in regards of the big changes that you're making in career. We did pull the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning in terms of money, making money. That's a good sign. And the other card that kind of fell out, these two cards pretty much fell out. The other card is the Three of Swords. So we're going to keep pulling to see what that actually means for you, what the message is. Wheel of Fortune. That's really good. Let's do two more for Chanel. Two of Wands. Are you familiar with tarot, Chanel? Oh, two more came out. Queen of Swords and the Hanged Man. And I never do reverses, but this one came out in reverse, and the meaning is very important. So I felt that the reverse was the actual way the card came out for the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, so Ace of Pentacles is basically the first card that you get. So that's the new beginning in making money, in terms of career. The Pentacles are the earth element. I also see there's something interesting about this hand in this picture. The hand is like, to me, feels like the healing hand that is coming. There's rainbows. You also have the Eye of Ra. So I feel like this is a new beginning, but it's more than just like a career. This is actually some kind of a spiritual calling that I feel like you're kind of jumping into, or at least what you're wanting to do in terms of career is something that you feel has a spiritual purpose for you. I'm learning and getting ready to start offering readings myself. Well, there you go. So that's what I feel with this first card. So the next card, which is the Three of Swords, this is interesting. This makes me wonder, and it makes me ask the question of, have you dealt with whatever in your life that that is in your heart space has kind of held you back, because the Three of Swords is about heartbreak. So anything that has broken your heart before, it brings it up for a reason. Like, why is this reading, bringing up your heart and bringing up heartbreak? And I wonder if there's, something in your life that you are either trying to move away from or trying to change, trying to heal with this new career path. Or at least what the card is saying, what these two cards are saying, is that this new path that you've chosen is going to help you heal your heart and whatever has happened in your life that has broken your heart. What you need to focus on, you did get the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune it's a good positive card. It's a card of fortune. Obviously, it brings in the success. This is where the success is coming. The trick with the Wheel of Fortune is that it means that the tables are turning. It means that something is changing, something is becoming different. And so as long as you go along with that shift, you got to listen to your intuition on that, and it'll take you exactly where you need to go in terms of what you want to achieve with career. The Two of Wands is about finding the balance. We got this card yesterday for the reading, but the Two of Wands is about balancing like the mind and the heart, right? So there is, I love that. So there is that connection. It's like drop the head from the head to the heart, but then also then come back to the mind, come back to the head, and activate like your ability to be innovative. And to me, what I see here is also you healing the world. As you heal yourself, you are healing the world as well. Queen of Swords came out. So the Queen of Swords is, you need to make sure that you're very clear in your communication, that you're very clear about what you want, how you want it done, that you make yourself a plan, and you stick to it, and you don't let people walk all over you, and you understand that you're fully expressing yourself, and you need to express yourself, but you need to be strong in that expression. And this Hanged Man reverse, you are the very first person that I've ever read a reverse card for. But the Hanged Man reverse is the waiting time is done. It's time to move forward with it. So I hope that gives you some clarity. That was really, really powerful. I'm excited for you. Congratulations. And if you guys want to get on the list for tonight, it's a $25 love offering to my PayPal, and the link is in the description of the video. So that was Chanel's reading. Now it's Dewey. It's time for Dewey. So what is your question, Dewey? You're welcome. And let's get it popping. Let me read you the rest of the list while we're getting Dewey's question. It's Dewey, then Nora, then Crystal, then Amber, then Connor, and then Rebecca. And the list is open. If you want to get on the list, just send the donation and I'll get the notification and I'll add your name. Where's my path headed? Oh, cool. Yeah. What a good question. So let me pull up your chart. For 1770 at 3 a.m. Nice. Oh, nice. Cool. Oh, cool. Um, Peter. Oh, that's a hard. Okay, Peter B. Borough. All right, April 17th, 1970 at 3 a.m., Peterborough, Canada. I'm going to do a transit reading since you want to know where you're headed, where life is going. So I just took a picture and now I'm going to pull it up on the screen and share the screen with you guys. These readings are so fun to do. All right, here we are. Okay. Sun in Aries, Moon in Virgo, North Node in Pisces. Oh my God, that's so sweet. In your first house. Jupiter in the 8th, Neptune in the 9th. You know, you're a lot more of a spiritual being than I think you realize, Dewey. I'm just going to start off with that one. You're a lot more connected than you think you are. Pluto in the 7th. So Pluto right here. Pluto in the 7th house. That can create some like tension in relationships that Pluto and Uranus. So here's the thing. Most people that have Uranus in their 7th house don't really ever get married, or they end up getting divorced. Or they end up getting divorced because Uranus wants independence, or it needs independence. People with Uranus in the 7th house need to be in relationships where they feel that they're independent and they're not like chained down. So that's what you need, right? So in a relationship where you feel free to be yourself and the freedom to like live your life is where you're going to feel the most comfortable. And then Pluto there as well. Pluto can create a lot of like tumultuous relationships in your life. It can create situations that are they're difficult to handle in terms of relationships, and it can create a lot of endings. So before you find, the relationship that is like the one where you feel like you can actually commit to, you will have a lot of relationships that fail, that don't work out, that basically Pluto kills those relationships. That's what I see right there. But let's look at what's happening in terms of the astrology right now. So the transit part. Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter, they're all in your 12th house. And that's significant because the 12th house is basically, it holds the energy of Pisces, which is where your North Node is, which is where your first house is intercepted. So there's something about your self-identity here in the first house. Your self-identity is being, you're changing. It's changing. I think that you, like all of this energy in your 12th house is creating, hey Arthi, is creating a shift so strong that it'll wake you up to your psychic gifts. Now, I'm not saying you're a psychic, although North Node Pisces and Pisces intercepted in the first house means that you have a lot of psychic abilities. You may not know it yet, but your ability to to see the unseen and hear the unheard is actually activating right now. What that can mean, right? How that can look like in your life is you're starting to notice synchronicities in your life. More and more you start to notice more synchronicities. Like that's kind of how you start to understand what intuition is. Listen to those synchronicities. And when something feels like it's going in the good direction, you have to, that's that feeling, that good feeling you get, that's listening to your intuition. It's also letting, knowing when something doesn't feel right, that's in your intuition saying no. So I feel like you're going through a spiritual rebirth right now. That's basically what's happening for you in your life in general. And it's been happening for like a couple of years now. Definitely since January of 2020. Massively since January of 2020. The other thing I want to point out is this, which is the eclipse that just happened. It happened in your 5th house of creativity. So for the next 6 months, your focus is on your creativity. Like you need to figure out what it is you want to create, what it is you want to do in terms of manifesting things in your life, because the potential to do that, and the potential to do that from a heart space because of the Cancer energy, is very strong right there. And so the focus is where, your question is like, where is your life going? You need to figure out what it is you want to create, what it is you want to manifest for the next 6 months, and focus on that. So that's pretty much the most important things that I see. So I'm going to leave it at that. And hopefully that helps you out a little bit. Thanks for signing him up for a reading, Ellie. That was really fun to do that. And we've got Nora next. It's Nora, Crystal, Amber, Connor, and Rebecca. So, when I said you're much more connected than you think you are, I think what might be getting in the way of you kind of believing in yourself, or believing in all, like, what some people call the woo-woo stuff, what's getting in the way is all you need to do is like just let go, because that's the journey of Jupiter and Pluto conjunctions and Saturn conjunctions. It's like, you're welcome. You gotta just surrender. I would say that you need to surrender to what Spirit has in store for you. Okay. Nora's question. I just resigned to a job that was not right for me. I wasn't there long, and I thought this was a new beginning, but I recognized right away that I couldn't stay. Does Spirit have any messages for me? Okay. We'll pull tarot cards for you, and let me plug this in real quick. So what does Nora need to know in regards to the situation with the job she just resigned from? Yeah, it was really fun. What does Nora need to know right now? Okay, the sun just fell out. And so did shadow work. Huh. Which basically is the moon. Yeah, you're welcome. Those are 2 major arcana cards. That's pretty powerful. What's your rising sign? Oh my god. And then another major arcana, the Judgment card, comes out. Have fun, you guys. I think you're going through big changes. Page of Wands and the Devil. Okay. Can you pick a number between 1 and 7? number between 1 and 7. I'm going to pull a chakra card for you to see what chakra you need to work on right now. But basically, like, here's what I see, okay? The sun and the shadow work card are basically, this is the eclipse. So wherever the eclipse is happening for you, I can't remember what. Oh, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right, heart, of course, anahata, heart chakra is what you're working through right now. Let's see, Scorpio rising. Give me a second here. So if you have Scorpio rising, Cancer is your 9th house of spiritual integration. So here's, yeah, okay. So I think we talked about this. We talked about this the other day. So the sun, so this eclipse, so what's happening right now is you're going through a spiritual transition, a spiritual integration of sorts. This is what these two cards represent. That's the shadow work that is going on. Like, that has been my focus, to open my heart to receive and give love. The focus is on, like, releasing the judgment. There's something about either you're judging yourself very strongly, or you feel the judgment of other people on you. And the shadow work is appearing, and it's appearing in terms of your heart chakra, because you still have some releasing to do in terms of the judgment. But I kind of feel like it's like maybe self-judgment, or at least like there's a lack of trust. Maybe you're not really sure like how to move forward. There's a message coming through, and the message is to gotta let go of the addictions. The devil card is all about, the addictions. It's the things that we keep doing over and over, the cycles of the things that we keep repeating over and over that don't let us move forward in life. And the Page of Wands is, the pages are the messengers. The wands is like, where's your passion? Like the if you follow where your passion leads you, that is what's going to guide you towards exactly where you're wanting to kind of go. But what Spirit is telling you is you're going through a big shift, and you're trusting your intuition, right? You didn't stay in that job that didn't feel right, and that's important. So what's being asked of you is like the inner work, that needs to be like accessed, opened up, and revealed. And it has to do with your heart chakra, and it has to do with also the next 6 months. These next 6 months are going to be very spiritually, it's going to be a spiritual journey for you. So everything you do will keep bringing you messages, and so listen to, when you have those synchronistic moments, what's coming through, like what message is coming through right now that I need to listen to. But the processes of like you need to stop judging yourself, or maybe judging others, or feeling like others are judging you. Like, you have to just like release that from your energy field, and you have to release any addictions that are going against you right now, that are working against you, that are not allowing you to move forward. That's the message. So hopefully that brings you some clarity right now, and thank you for signing up for a reading. And we've got Crystal next. Thank you. It's Crystal, Amber, Connor, and then Rebecca. And I don't think we've gotten anybody else so far, but I'll go take a look anyways. You're welcome. The list is still open, you guys. If you want to sign up, Wendy just put up all the information. Thank you, Wendy, for moderating for us. Make sure you guys follow the moderators. A lot of the moderators have YouTube channels as well, so we share the love. But if you want to sign up, send $25 to my PayPal, paypal.me/Eagle Star Yoga. Just click on the link and it'll take you there. And then you'll also get entered to win the monthly giveaway, the monthly raffle, which I just gave away. In case you're watching, Megan, I just gave away to Megan a life purpose reading, which is a value of $108 for a 30-minute astrology reading to figure out what your life purpose is. Hey Jai, my name's Ashley. I did place a donation in hopes for a reading. What name did you use to place your donation? Because the names that I have on the list are Crystal, Amber, Casley, Connor, Corbin, and Rebecca White. So if you use one of those names and that one of those names is actually you, just let me know so I can fix it. Did you send it to PayPal? Okay, here we go with Crystal's question. Specific purpose and seeking insight for what that is. I have gifts and wondering what is that I am here to do. I feel like I am sprouting wings out of my back and when I meditate. Oh, wow, that's really cool. What's your rising sign again? I immediately feel like my wings open. It is such a wild feeling. What is this? I did recently have a womb healing done and had a major release of energies. Well, I mean, the symbolism of wings, you know, growing wings is it's a symbolism of freedom. It's a symbolism of, you know, we think of what kind of wings are they? That do they feel like angel wings? You know, do they feel like butterfly wings? I mean, you have to just go through and kind of think about what is the meaning behind it, right? And it makes me think of the way that you're, you know, describing it. It kind of feels maybe more like angel wings. So I feel like there's a deeper connection to spirit, a deeper connection to the mystical, to the divine. But also the wings represent freedom. The wings represent, you know, the butterfly, the caterpillar that becomes the butterfly and, you know, goes on their own journey. The wings represent transformation. The wings represent liftoff. You know, the wings represent, you know, the air element too. It's the mind. It's the higher mind. The activation of the higher mind. The wings represent hope. There's so much there that you can you know, that can emerge out of this meaning of like this vision that you're having of wings growing from you. So it's a really powerful thing. It could also be, you know, like, you know, somehow spirit is telling you like you are, yeah, earth angel, like you're here you have a purpose, a very powerful purpose. Let me get this card that just fell. Queen of Cups and Three of Cups. That's good. Specific purpose and seeking insight for what that is. I have gifts and I'm wondering what is that I am here to do. I feel like I am sprouting wings out of my back. Yeah, I feel like your purpose is here. The messages that I see are the ones that start with specific purpose. I immediately feel like my wings open, and I only really saw 2 messages. Did anybody else see a first message? Because I didn't. It could be somehow of course the tower comes out, a glitch, because I only saw 2. Either way, you're wanting to know about your purpose, and the cards will say what the cards will say. So I'm going to pull one more. Okay. So why don't you also pick a number between 1 and 7. Don't worry about it, because if it wasn't meant to come through, it wasn't meant to come through. Just let the reading speak for itself. So pick a number between 1 and 7. We got Queen of Cups, 3 of Cups, the Lovers, the Tower, the 6 of Wands, and the King of Swords. Thank you, Lisa. I'll add you to the list. So while I wait for your number, 7, here we go. All right, Manipura. Manipura chakra is the solar plexus chakra. It is the place of willpower. It is your inner strength. So there we go. Like, that brings a lot of clarity to the message of the wings, right? Because what happens when you grow wings? It's like you're free. And you can't really leave. Like, you can't really take off from a certain situation unless you feel confident enough to. And that's the solar plexus chakra. That's confidence and willpower, like rising, activating. It's a lot of fire energy, and that's a lot of passion, and that's your desire to move forward in the world. So starting with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is in control of her emotions. And I feel like your energy is kind of tied to this card. Like, you feel somewhat in control. If your Manipura chakra, if your third chakra is activating, that's confidence, self-esteem, being in control of yourself, like not letting things sway you, side to side, not swaying like the wind, but actually being anchored. And that's what I feel is coming up with the Queen of Cups. Then the 3 of Cups coming up right after that is the energy of celebration, joy and celebration, and not being alone. Maybe even, working together with people. And again, this is about a feeling, because it's the cups. It is about how you feel. Do you feel good? Where can you find more of that feeling good in your life? And that's like the guidance. That's your guiding system, right? The positive emotions take you more towards where you want to go. The passionate emotions take you more towards where you want to go, right? The things that activate that inner, the things that give you those goosebumps, the things that give you those like the inner strength to like move forward. Those are the kind of things that are your guiding system. Now, with the Lovers card, it's interesting because you do get the Lovers card, but you also get the Tower card right after it. So I feel like in terms of, relationships, I don't know what your relationship status is at the moment. I know what it was when I was speaking to you or a while ago, but I don't know what the situation is right now. But it almost seems like there's so there's something about a relationship, right? That is the Tower is here. The Tower is here because whatever this relationship is, it's not exactly, it's either not what you expected or there's still cleaning up to do. The Tower falls down because there's work that still needs to be done, and that's what that represents. So I feel like they're just okay. That's what I thought. And the relationship is interesting. The Lovers card is interesting because it's not just about romantic relationships. It can also have to do with business relationships, and we were talking about the 7th house of relationships, and so either relationship from the past, a relationship that's going on right now, something about it, like you said, it's not working, so it needs to fall. The tower needs to fall in that situation, which means you need to let it fall apart so that you can rebuild it the way that you actually want it. The Six of Wands is the next card that you get. So you are stepping into leadership. That's what's happening. Whenever anyone has to deal with the situations that tower moments bring in your life, that's when we step into leadership, especially when we work through those things and when we get to the other side. And so there's something about this situation that's toxic that needs to end, that you need to, either if you resist it, it'll fall harder, right? The higher from that you'll fall. So what I see is a lot of, you've stepped into your power. You've found some joy in your life. Maybe you desire to be in better relationships with people, but there's still this tower moment that's like, it's in the way. The tower hasn't officially fallen yet. And it feels like you're in the middle of this process. So as you go through this process, you will emerge. How you will emerge from this is as a leader of some sort, to guide people, towards an important win, which is interesting. That's literally what the card says. This is, as a leader, you guide people to an important win. And this card can also signify progress and the benefits of hard work. So maybe that means like that's the good vibes coming your way in terms of the divorce. And maybe stepping into your power, and you need to let that speak for itself. So I also, with the last card that we get, is the King of Swords, and the King of Swords is like it's the power of the mind. The power of the mind. So that's what you need to focus on right now, is being smart about things. Also being very stable in terms of your headspace. But with the Queen of Cups and the King of Swords, I see stability there, both in an emotional sense and in a mental sense. Both of these things are needed right now for this transition that you're going through. But no, the main message is, okay, so if you look at, what are the two main cards here? Well, the Tower and the Lover's card. So exactly. So basically, it's not done yet. It's definitely not done yet. But there's positive energy emerging from this situation. That's what you need to know, and you need to keep having that vision, having that mentality of I'm centered, and I can do this, and I can get through this, and as I get through this, when I get to the other side, I will I will literally be the change that I want to see in the world. So I see a lot of positive things coming for you. It's just a matter of getting, like, just hang in there, basically hang in there, and don't lose hope. Definitely don't lose hope. Let's add Lisa to the list. Hey, Britt. So that was Crystal. So the list is, and then Britt just signed up. So we've got Amber, Connor, Rebecca, Lisa, and Brittany. Hi, Pawan. Welcome in. We're doing mini reads for $25 tonight. You're welcome. Hey, Jai, Ashley again. Sent to PayPal. Hope it worked. Let me go check it. Make sure you are using the correct link, which is the one right off of... yeah, I see your name. So you're going to be after Lisa and before Brittany. I got it. We got it. Yeah, the link, you guys, is in the description of this video. Alrighty then. Thank you. Thank you guys for signing up. I appreciate it. Remember, anything that you sign up for right now, for me, anything that I offer, you're helping to support my album, which is my main focus right now. Everything's going to go towards that. Oh my God. So exciting. So Amber has an astrology question. It's been a wild couple of years for me. What's coming up? It's not closed, Britt. I'm not going to close the list tonight. Not yet, anyways. You're good. Okie dokie. Let me pull up your chart, my dear. Have you ever had an astrology reading before? Amber? Let me make sure I got this right. September 11th, 1976 at 4:03 p.m. Portland, Oregon. Got it. Okay, cool. Party tonight. Yeah, exactly. Okay, sorry, I was just trying to figure that out real quick. Let me transfer the chart. Here we are. Doing a reading for Amber. Just learning for myself, mine is a little strange to me. You got a quite a Libra stellium, that's for sure. Okay, so let's look at what's going on. What, Valerie? Oh. Oh, okay. Nice. That's okay, Amber. You can always watch the replay. Okay, so what's coming up? It's been a wild couple of years. So in terms of, well, the first thing that I notice, I mean, I'm sure you notice it too, is this massive Libra stellium. You got Venus, Mars, Pluto, Juno, and Mercury right there. That's a lot of Libra energy, especially because your sun is actually in Virgo. This energy is all in the 8th and the 9th house, and you also got your North Node right here. But look at this, North Node conjunct Uranus in the 9th and 10th houses. 4 degrees. You know, it's in your 9th house. They're both in your 9th house, which means that there's a lot of focus on spirituality for you in this lifetime in general. A lot of focus, because that's a lot of energy in the 9th house of spiritual integration. Your job is you're discovering yourself spiritually. Having North Node in the 9th house is like having North Node in Sagittarius, and so that's a journey. That's a quest to discover your spiritual self in general for you in life. Also, let's look at this Pluto energy, right? We've got Pluto, Jupiter, and Saturn all conjuncting in your first house, and this has been going on since January. these conjunctions, and these conjunctions causing like rebirths. They cause death and transformation and rebirth. And what's happening is you're going through a rebirth in terms of your self-identity, who you are. That's changing. Your idea of yourself, how you see yourself, all of those things are completely changing, especially because you're Capricorn rising. And that means that, it's hard for Capricorn rising to go through change, such profound change, because the resistance to it, right? You create a lot of restrictions for yourself in terms of Saturn. Saturn rules Capricorn, and you like to follow the rules, but when it comes to big profound change, it's difficult. So this has to be difficult for you, but you need to call in the energy of all that ninth house stuff, which is the spiritual integration that you literally came into the world to do. A lot of experiences in your life are going to have to do with endings that lead to new beginnings for you. And if you look at the let's see, you were also born in 1976. So how old are you right now? But the other thing I was going to point out is over here you've got the eclipse that just happened, and it happened, last night into today, and that's happening in your sixth. Well, it happened in your sixth house exactly, because it was at 0 degrees, which is your sixth house. And that's okay. So like for the next 6 months, here's what you need to work on. Here's like what's coming, because that's a theme. The eclipses pave the road. You're 44. So in about 4 years, you're going to be 6 years, you're going to be going through your Chiron return. So everything between now and then is like leading into that. But also, you may also, let me just look at your Uranus. Yeah. You are, it's been, when you say it's been a couple of rough years, right? Wendy saw it. Wendy, knock it off. Basically, so let's finish talking about the eclipse, and then I'll talk about your Uranus opposition. Okay, so basically the next 6 months, focus on your day-to-day schedule. Focus on like what's important to you in terms of what you do on a daily basis. This is the house that rules work. So what do you do for work? Not necessarily who you work for or what is your career, but what is the work that you do? Do you like it? Right? Do you work on the computer when you work? Do you work with people when you work? Do you know what I mean? What is, communication is going to feel really good. If you work in any type of communication, that's going to feel really good for you. My husband threw that number out. But either way, you got to focus on what it is that's hilarious. I do the same thing. I don't even know how old I am. I think I'm 30. I think I just turned 36. I think I did. Anyways, so that like those are that's important. Like you if you're not happy in terms of your daily life and what you do, then it's not going to feel good. Wow. So let's look at this other thing. You were born with Uranus at 4 degrees of Scorpio, and Uranus right now is at 9 degrees of Taurus, which means they're opposing. Now, Uranus opposition, yes, she just went through it. Or no, Wendy just went through it. The Uranus opposition happens anywhere between age 42 to 44-ish, and it happens 3 times. I would have to look at your chart more closely and do like a more in-depth reading to know exactly what those dates were. But in the last couple of years, like you said, it's been 2 crazy years. That's because you've been going through these oppositions. And in these oppositions, this is like a spiritual revolution. But it basically is a Kundalini awakening. Your full power turns on, and you are ready to stand in your power and to speak your truth. And for women, it's the throat chakra that opens up. And so you will or might have already experienced the activation of the throat chakra and wanting to speak your truth and speak, you know, speak your voice. And you were born with Uranus conjunct your North Node, which means that you were meant to do something different, unique, and very deep in terms of spirituality. This is powerful. This is a lot. You're going through a lot right now. Like, just take it easy on yourself, you know? Don't be hard on yourself, but focus on what it is that you want to do in terms of work and daily life, and you'll be good. So there you go. Thanks for getting that reading. We got Connor, Rebecca, Lisa, Ashley, and Brittany. So Connor is next. Make sure you guys have your questions ready, like typed out. If you're going to do natal or transit or any astrology readings, I need the date of birth, the time of birth, and the location as well. I'm going to stand up for a minute. I like Connor's ready. Here we go. Astrology reading, February 28th. You're welcome, Amber. I know big things are coming with my Saturn return. What can I do in the meantime to help me prepare for what's in store for me? Okay, let's pull up your chart. How old are you? Do I know you, Connor? I think I know who you are, but I'm not sure if you're the Connor that I know. For some reason, the name's like, all of a sudden I'm like, do I know this person? 10:21 p.m. Like, have we met? In Boulder, maybe? In Portland, Oregon. More Portland babies. Okay, let me make sure I get this right. 10:21 p.m. Okay, go. Let's look at transits. Current transits. Take a picture. So it's going to take Saturn a pretty good amount of time to get to 23 degrees before it gets to actually 23 degrees, which is where it is in your natal chart. And give me a second. Let me share the screen. Okay, there we go. So okay, got it. Thanks, Wendy. What can I do in the meantime to help me prepare for what's in store for me? So the Saturn return. So Saturn right now is at 0 degrees of Aquarius, but it's actually retrograde. So it's going backwards. It's going to go back into Capricorn, and it's not going to come back into Aquarius until December 21st of 2020 during the winter solstice, where it will actually conjunct with Jupiter at 0 degrees of Aquarius. From then, it'll start moving direct again. So it'll take a while. So usually, Saturn return happens at 29 years old. But what's happening right now, if we look at themes, and we look at this, the big Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter conjunctions that are happening, they're happening in your third house of communication and expressing yourself, and finding the freedom to really truly like communicate in the way that you wish to communicate. Like the higher, it's if you have if you haven't, for example, if you haven't spoken up, right? If you've always been kind of like the shy or quiet kind, because I can see your sun in Pisces can be kind of shy, although the moon in Gemini is definitely not shy, but you do have Cancer, Mars in Cancer, and Mercury in Pisces. That's a lot of like, there's a little bit of like shyness, right? That water energy can be kind of shy sometimes. So if you feel like if you haven't really been an outspoken person in the past, this is something that's shifting, and now you're going to learn how to communicate better, or at least how to communicate more strongly and more effectively for what you need to communicate in this lifetime. You were born with Venus and not Venus, Neptune and Uranus conjunct at exactly 20 degrees in your third house, and those are two outer planets. That's an interesting. I would be interested in researching more about this conjunction, and and what was going on in the world, because those are transits that happen generationally, right? And exactly at 20 degrees. So what was going on in the 90s, right? What was going on in the 90s that affected the way that you communicated, and that affected you. We can look back and see what was going on. There was a lot of new like computers were coming into into line, television. So to me this says YouTube, things like that. To me that says like social media, all of those things. Like you were part of that generation where all of those things started to like come alive, and you were born. But what it says for you individually is that you're like connected in the information world in a way that is very unique to yourself personally, and all that is has been aspected by all of these planets that just went through, that are going through and conjuncting all in your third house. So something about communication is a very big theme for you right now, and this could be communication in general. It could be communication in terms of like technological communication, things like that. When we look at the solar eclipse, which tells us what's the theme for you for the next 6 months, you've got 8th and 9th house being aspected, but mostly the 8th house. This eclipse, this is interesting. This eclipse happened at in your 8th house of death, change, and transformation. So the next 6 months, expect a lot of changes. Like expect things to shift. You have the North Node is going to conjunct your South Node, and you've got South Node Gemini and the Moon also in Gemini. Interestingly enough, Venus. Wow, there was an aspect that happened a few days ago that was the Sun conjuncting Venus at 6 degrees. So that aspect affected your Moon exactly. And that was like rethinking relationships. And interestingly enough, that Gemini energy is what rules your third house that we were just talking about. So I'm talking about all this stuff, and I'm really curious about what is actually going on in your life that is presenting all of these themes out, that's bringing all of these themes out. But the Cancer solar eclipse, the focus for the next 6 months is just expect a lot of change, expect rebirth energy. And this can be in any area of your life. But you also have to work on finding what, through the changes that you experience, through the, I feel like there's going to be some tower moments for you. Through those moments, find what your heart desires most, because the eclipse was in Cancer. And what your heart desires most is what you need to move towards. That's going to be your guiding light through anything that happens that feels like you're going through the darkness in the next 6 months. And that's pretty much the most important stuff I see. So we're going to leave it at that. Thanks for signing up for a reading. And then we've got Rebecca next. I will become see-through now with my shirt. Because I've got to seriously put my hair up now. You're welcome. Yay, tarot. Okay, I'm doing a lot of manifesting this month with the sun in my 11th house. Cool. What do you see unfolding soon? Housing and finances are in focus, as well as relationships and my children. Wendy. Yeah, I'm see-through now. I have become the moon. All right, so what does Rebecca need to know right now? What's unfolding for her soon in terms of, in general in her life, but also focusing on housing and finances, as well as her relationships and her children. Wow, the Lover's card just came out. I like that. I don't even care anymore. I used to be like, I have to make sure I wear a black shirt or a dark colored shirt, and I don't even care anymore. I'm like, I'm see-through? Okay, whatever. We'll have the floating head. The floating jai head doing readings. Ooh, that'd actually be really fun. The floating jai head with the floating hands. Yeah, right? The Lover's card. And then right after that, the 5 of Pentacles. The floating jai crystal head. Translucent tarot. I should start a whole nother channel where every time I go live, I wear a green suit. Just kidding. So it's like the talking, like floating head. Oh my God, that would be so funny. So just to remind everybody, we've got Rebecca, Lisa, Ashley, and Brittany. I think I'll close it after Brittany because I'm getting kind of tired. The list is closed. Page of Wands. Anybody joining us for the cleanse? If you are, make sure you let me know. And then the 4 of Pentacles. What is happening here? This is a very strange reading, Rebecca. I'm going to have to think hard on this one. What on earth do all these cards mean? I could do like dances like with just my head floating. Oh my God. If you have not yet, if you're watching this for the first time and you haven't checked out, if you haven't gone on my newsletter or my email list, make sure that you do. Yeah, right. And join us for Module 2 of Aquarian Astrology class if you want to learn astrology on Tuesday. And join us for the summer webinar where I will cover the next 3 months of the astrology that's happening on Thursday. Everything that is relevant to right now is in the description of this video. One more card, please, for Rebecca. Please, something good. Just kidding. Oh, King of Cups. Okay. So, let's actually have you... Okay, hang on here a second. I want you to pick a number from 1 to 7. Number between 1 and 7. It's just interesting. Oh, we're going to start tomorrow. Perfect timing. Let's do this. We haven't really been posting. Jason, I think was going to post something in the group, but yeah, we're all starting tomorrow. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, of course. So let's do this, Dawn. Let's do this together. Muladhara, root chakra. Yep, this makes sense, Rebecca. With all these cards that are coming out, this makes sense. I think the thing that you're working on the most right now is like you're trying to like build those roots. You're trying to find some kind of grounding that you can count on. I know, isn't that funny? Some kind of grounding that you can count on. However, there's a lot of energy that's sort of playing itself out in very strange ways. And we'll go through each of them. Like, honestly, the Lover's card is here, right? You've got the Lover's card. And, obviously the Lover's card is a really beautiful card to see. However, yeah, foundation, exactly. However, having the 5 of Pentacles right after that, that's a like an interesting combination, because the 5 of Pentacles is like feeling like you're lonely or destitute, or feeling like you're not in the place where you want to be in your life right now in terms of relationships, believe it or not. That's the message. So what can you do to get to a place where you do want to be at is find, like, make those roots, right? Because if you're not feeling grounded, that root energy is what helps you feel more confident in yourself, and then you don't feel as destitute or as lonely or like you're floating in the wind, that's the focus. And also on creativity, because the Page of Wands brings in a message of creativity and passion. It's the fire element. So how do you activate more passion in your life? That's what this reading wants you to ask yourself. And then the next card, interestingly enough, there's 2 cards here that are very weird. The four of Pentacles is also here. So the 4 and 5 of Pentacles have a similar energy. But different. Similar but different. The 4 of Pentacles is like the greedy energy, right? It's like, it's not just greedy. It's like not being able to let go, not being able to surrender. And the 5 of Pentacles is the energy of, so the 4 is like clinging to things because you feel like there's a lack. And then the 5 of Pentacles is the not being able, not feeling like you're supported or connected. And that has to do with like financially supported. But it could also be spiritual. So somehow these 2 things are present right now in your life. You're feeling these things right now. You're feeling both of these things right now. And it has to do with your relationships. Could be romantic, could be, partnership, but it has to do with relationships right now in your life. Obviously, there's that big Venus retrograde that happened. So you have to see where did that happen in your chart? Where did the Sun and Venus conjunct in your chart? In what house? And when you discover that, kind of the theme of like, okay, where is this relationship? Where are the relationship issues that need to be figured out? Or where is Venus kind of guiding me on my journey? But the next 2 cards, I think, is what brings the hope in this reading. And it's the Moonchild card and the King of Cups. The Moonchild card, I see this could possibly, this reading could possibly be about your current relationship, with the Moonchild representing you and the King of Cups representing your partner. Now, the Moonchild card is about understanding your emotions, like understanding where you're at. And it's always, right now, I feel like there might be some resistance to this being your truth, but somehow it's there and it's like you can't ignore it anymore. Okay. Somehow this is happening, but you can't be in denial of it, because the denial will obviously will keep you from moving forward. There's varying degrees of these emotions that could be present for you right now. I mean, it's not like they're there and it's the only thing you can think of, but somehow they're here, right? So why are they here? That's the question that you need to ask yourself, is like, why are you feeling alone, and why are you feeling clingy, right? Why are you feeling like you can't let go of stuff? Um, Interestingly enough, I think when we set roots, right? Remember, you got the Muladhara, the root chakra. When we set roots, it frees us. When we don't have roots, we feel lost. Okay. Um, so then the moon child, and the king of cups, the moon child is the ability to, connect emotionally to yourself, to what you really want, to the moon, to the sacred divine feminine. That's the Venus energy. And the king of cups is about, taking that to the next level. It's like the divine feminine and the divine masculine of the emotional realm. That's crazy. Uh, Somehow these two energies are like, they're showing up right now, and they're asking you to step up. I'm feeling like the message is like, step up to how you feel, like honor how you feel fully, with no restrictions. And as you do, and as you start to surrender, and as you start to feel more rooted in yourself, and also in your life in general, you will feel that freedom that starts to rise from that energy. That's crazy that his last name was Root. That's crazy. But yeah, it does feel like this was a reading for that relationship, honestly. Because I didn't see the themes of too much of the other things that you asked about, but somehow this is the message that came through. So that relationship, there's still something about it. It's like lingering in the air. You're not done with it. You haven't finished dealing with it. And I think it made you feel like unconnected, unsupported, like you said, all those things. And you have to find your grounding again. You have to face those like the what I call them, the ugly emotions that come out when you feel uncomfortable, when you have to go through things in life that don't feel good, to face those, and just not to like fix it, but just to allow yourself to know that you're going to be okay. Oh my god, that's sweet. But yeah, so hopefully that helped out a little bit. So we've got Lisa, Ashley, and Brittany left on the list. And the list is now closed, everyone. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with us tonight. Who's ready for Module 2? Who in here watching is signed up for Module 2? You're welcome. And who in here is signed up for the summer webinar? Oh my God, I've been working on all of the stuff for Module 2, and astrology is such a passionate thing for me. I can't wait to share with you guys everything about the sun. Like, it's just so fun the way that I split up the modules. The fact that next month we're going to talk about the moon, and this month we're talking about the sun, and there's like these powerful eclipses. And I love how little by little this huge picture is being painted, and it's separated into these little bits and pieces that you can like chew and swallow. Yeah, thank you guys. Make sure you sign up for both. You don't want to miss the summer webinar. Like, please don't miss the summer webinar, you guys. You will be able to sign up for the replay, but it's really nice to be there live as well. So let's see. Tarot reading. My life path is 22-4. Am I presently living in alignment with my soul's purpose? I feel like I'm about to make a breakthrough of some kind. I've been eager to learn as much as I possibly can. Oh, I love that. So it gives me a lot more insight from me because of the astrology if you tell me what's your north node and what's your rising sign while I pull cards. Is Lisa presently living in alignment with her soul's purpose? You know, I'm gonna say like yes, because like I mentioned earlier to someone, the positive emotions are the ones that give you the positive emotions are your guiding system. The positive and the negative ones, but the positive ones are showing you that you're in the right direction. So far we got the Ace of Cups. That's a beginning in love, understanding your emotions. All these crazy cards are falling. Give me a second. Are these part of the reading? I think these are. Okay, so there's a lot of good stuff here. Good vibration. Rising is Libra. Do you know what your north node is? If your rising sign is Libra, trying to figure out where this eclipse happened for you. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, take your time. Let's see if I can figure this out. I think it's your 10th house. It's your 10th house. Okay, so it's career or career focused. The next 6 months are career focused. All right, so I think you definitely are living in alignment with your soul's purpose for sure. There's no way that you can't be living in your soul's purpose and feeling all this amazing energy. Like you're about to make a breakthrough, that you're eager to learn as much as you possibly can. All of those are signs of a positive movement forward. I can promise you that. You definitely are. So these cards will just give you a little more clarification on what's going on. The Ace of Cups is the new beginnings in love. But it doesn't mean that it has to be a relationship, although it could be. But it's a new beginning in terms of, because the next card is the universe. So there's something about, it's a new beginning for you in the universe. I love this. This is beautiful. Look at these cards. They're so beautiful. They're powerful. And it's like you're holding the power in your hands. And it's like your heart, North Node Aquarius. Nice. Your heart is activating. Now, the next cards are the Hierophant. Again, another power card. That you have a lot of major arcanas. The Hierophant is the connection to, like, it is a little bit about the connection to your higher self, but it's also the connection to your belief systems. It's your strength, your inner strength, your spiritual strength. It's like coming from that place. It's looking to God, right? Looking to God. So that's where you're going to find your strength. There's the 10 of Cups, which is one of the coolest cards in the whole deck. It's like the whole package is coming. You know, we think this eclipse happened, right? So you're a Libra rising, which has to do with relationships. And then this card has to do with relationships. The meaning of this card is like the perfect relationship, the perfect family, the perfect kids, the perfect situation all coming to you. It's like the whole package. But you're a Libra rising, and this Cancer solar eclipse, it is happening in your 10th house, right? 10 of Cups, 10th house, relationship, Libra, all of it has meaning here for you. And so what you're creating is going to help not only your relationships, but it's going to help you in terms of career, of like, you really like putting yourself out there. The next 3 cards are the Justice. Again, do you see that Libra energy in here? balance. Finding balance in your life is really important. Speaking your mind is really important. Listening to your inner voice, your inner guiding system is really important. This is also, I see Venus in this card. This is the Venus retrograde. She's there. She's coming out of the underworld. Remember, in the underworld, she was stripped of everything, including all her clothes. And this chick's naked. So I see Venus here, and I see her holding up that sword with the light at the end of the sword. And the light is your magic. It's your power that you have reclaimed. You're walking into balance. Oh, I love that. Queen of Pentacles. This is the Empress. You're finding your grounding right now, and she's like, she rules the pentacle cards, which is the earth element, which is the finances, which has to do with your 10th house. And then you've got the Magician, which is the power in your hands. Exactly. And that this is that Mercury, the mercurial, the curiosity is the Magician. Mercury is the magic. It's the alchemy. It's like you need to learn everything so that you can then do your own little experiments. But all of this is beautifully powerful. So the answer is yes, 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 and yes, and yes, and yes, and keep doing what you're doing. I love it. We got Ashley next, and then Brittany, and then that will be our last reading. Thank you, Lisa. I'm excited for you. That's really awesome. Hoo, 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 hoo. I kind of want to sing a song. Ashley, and then Brittany. And Megan, if you're watching, you won the life purpose reading. Let me write this on here. May 2020 life purpose reading. Do you know anyone else that can sit here and blab as long as I do? Like, I literally don't stop talking. And when I stop talking, I feel weird. You're welcome. Thank you, Wendy. I kind of want to hear you sing a song. So, Ashley, what's your question? What's wrong, Pawan? Why are you crying? Is it because of the chocolate bunny? It's because of the chocolate bunny, isn't it? All right, Ashley, I'm going to need a little more information than that. Do you have a question? I need you to post your question into the chat, please. Oh, only the Spanish speakers are going to get that joke. Did you post it on here? I did not see it. Let's see. Maybe you posted it and I did not see it. Nope. It's the easiest, best way for this to flow is like when you have your question and it's your turn to just have it ready and then just post it into the chat. Because then I don't have to go searching for it in other places. It is a love reading. What do you want to know about love? It's okay. I mean, don't worry about it, you know? We live and we learn. I ain't mad at you. I got nothing but love for you. Do you think? Boo. All right, I think I just passed that threshold. I passed the threshold. Wait, are you posting your question in the chat and nobody's seeing it? Is that what's happening? Because that's just crazy. What do you want to know? I'm seeing all your other comments except for the actual question. Are you for real? That is crazy. This is crazy. Just keep trying, I guess. Wait, Valerie saw it? Okay, Valerie, you copy and paste it. Wait, why am I seeing everything except your question? That's just odd. Exactly. Exactly. Baby girl. What do you want to know about love? Somehow I'm gonna need to get her question. Otherwise this might not work. You guys, this is really weird. Like, this is like seriously weird. Can someone copy and paste her, like, can someone else type, like, literally? Yeah, I guys. Wait, what just happened, Valerie? Valerie! Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Everything's gonna be all right. Everything's okay. I have a man I am in love with and 7 months in problems. Will we stay together? I wasn't laughing at the question. I was laughing at Valerie's comment. Let's see. What is your desired outcome? What is the main theme of the problems? I wasn't laughing at you. I was laughing at Valerie. No, I was kidding. Just kidding. Like that's any better. Okay. Will we stay together? Have you been like not feeling well lately? I had a way longer, better one. I love him and want to be with him. I lived with him and he asked me to move out. Oh, well, shit. Got a problem there. Okay. Let me just get back to seriousness. Honestly, like you gotta just respect the wishes, because no relationship is gonna work. You know what I mean? I'm sure you are already doing this, but there's something else going on here. Let me just show you what I see. Ace of Pentacles. This is a new beginning in terms of making money, finances, career, all those kind of things. This is a new beginning for you. Now, you have the Six of Cups. You have the Six of Cups and the Eight of Swords right after that. The Six of Cups is it's the past. It's like looking back at the past and feeling like there was something better in the past than there is now. The problem with looking back in the past and feeling like there's something better back then than there is now is it takes away any hope for the future. But specifically having the Six of Cups with the Eight of Swords right after it is there's something from your past that is blinding you, that is making you, that is trapping you into this. It's like an illusion. It's like you're living in the past. That is literally what these cards are kind of saying right now, is you focusing on the past is causing you to not be able to see what's ahead of you, or to not be able to move forward from where you are. However, here's the thing: you get the Star card right after that, and the Star is hope. The Star is hope. So here's the thing: there's hope still, right? There's still hope for this relationship to work out, because you also get at the end of the reading is the Three of Wands, which is like it's about partnerships. It's about coming together, successful partnerships, successful relationships. So this is what needs to be dealt with. And this is the Four of Pentacles. So energetically, right, exactly, Wendy. The Four of Pentacles, I think we just pulled this for Rebecca. The Four of Pentacles is the card that says there's someone's holding on to something and not letting go. And in that not letting go, you are resisting the abundance that wants to come into your life. So there's hope, right? Here's the final message. There's hope for the future. I'm happy to know I'm okay hanging in there. There's hope for the future, for a strong partnership. However, there's a lot that you have to let go of. You have to let go of like focusing on the past. You have to let go of the clinginess. You have to let go of the need to be a certain way in order for the abundance to actually come into your life in the realm of this, relationship that you want to have. And if you're able to do those things, then like the universe will show you, like the hope will come, right? The abundance will come. The strong partnership will come. And it's true, like even Wendy said, it's like you have to find your worthiness. You have to feel worthy of a good, solid relationship in order for that to really show up in your life. But the focusing on the past is blinding you from being able to see into the future. So let go of the wheel, let go of the need for it to be a certain way, and see what happens. That's what I'm going to say to you, Ashley. Thank you so much for signing up for a reading. And last but not least, Brittany. My dog Gaia is literally belly up like this on the floor, like just sleeping. She's so happy we're home. When we got home, she like ran upstairs and was so excited and was just like, oh my God, finally, you guys, I hate you. We were on the road for 3 weeks and that was kind of hard on her. And she's back to her regular lounging around 24/7. You're welcome, Ashley. You're welcome. A puppy. Will I have any new love prospects coming my way anytime soon? Any hints to what they might be like or how I'd meet them? Could it be a puppy? That is so cute. Okay, any love prospects for Brit coming her way anytime soon? Any hints as to what they might be like or how I'd meet them? You mean like the puppy would be the new love prospect? That's So, are there any new love prospects coming in and hints as to what they will be like or how you'll meet them? Yeah, she's loving it right about now. She always comes and hangs out with me when I do readings. Like when I officially go live, she's like, "Oh, she's standing in that room with all the lights on, talking again. Let me go hang out with her." Can you imagine from her perspective what like she's thinking? Oh, mom's in here now. She's doing the talk in front of the lights thing. I know she's gonna be here for a couple of hours, so she comes and hangs out with me. Ah, okay. Yes, Brittany. Yes, get a puppy. All right, love prospects and hints and what they would be like or how you would meet them. It's true. That's what I do. I talk and talk and talk and talk, and she just lays there on the floor, sleeping. And she knows when it's over, and she's like, "We're done? Okay. Let's go to the other room now and keep lounging around." All right. What does Brittany need to know right now about this? What will help her answer her question? I like when they fly out. Ooh, 10 of Wands. Well, we started with the Queen of Cups. And then it went into the 10 of Wands, which is kind of crazy. I know, isn't that cute? Ten of Wands. You know, I feel the Ten of Wands energy. Oh, and then the Empress. So the Queen of Cups is like, I think you're in a balanced place, and the reason is because feel like you've had to go through a lot of crazy stuff lately, and it's gotten to the point like it's already reached its climax, and now it's like on the other side, and it feels like you're finally emerging out of this kind of like weird kind of dark period in your life where you felt like used and misused and maybe judged and like overkilled, and because the 10 of Wands is like the journey is that part of your life is over, and now you're moving into a more beautiful aspect, and the Empress comes out right after that, which is all about connecting with nature and being outside and just like you were talking about, like a hiking buddy, like doing those things, and also bringing in the sensual, calling in the sensual aspect of life. And then you get the Hermit. The Hermit comes out right after that, and that's interesting because the Hermit is like, it's like seclude yourself, which is weird. I kind of feel like, let me pull two more cards so we can clarify the Hermit. But the Hermit is the inner journey. It's like, it's being on your own, right? It's like hunkering down, being on your own. Two more. Well, that was exactly two. Oh, wow. A lot of the same cards have been coming out. Moonchild and Four of Pentacles. Okay. I can show you a little bit. Queen of Cups. 10 of Wands. The Empress. I feel like if you are going to meet someone, you're definitely going to meet them out in nature, honestly. I also feel like right now might be a time for you to kind of, it's almost like there's still some work that needs to be done with the Hermit. There's still some inner work that needs to be done right now. And the work is internal. I also feel like you are already doing this work, but there's something that you must feel like there's something maybe missing in your life. The key, so the Moonchild card, I love this card. This brings in the sacred divine feminine, and to me it says, in terms of your question in your reading, there's um there's a sort of like you'll get what you want, you'll get what you are calling in if you are fully in your power as, say, like the high priestess or the empress, because the Moonchild card, the moon card, and the empress and all that, that's that Venus energy, the sacred divine feminine. And if Venus is present here, I mean, she's even present in the Queen of Cups, right? If Venus is present here, that does point towards love, that does point towards a relationship. So if you're going to meet someone, it's definitely going to be in nature. I feel like there's a possibility of something new because of the Ten of Wands being here and saying there's a cycle that has ended and it's now time for a new beginning. I do feel like there's still some emotional healing work that needs to be done, and the work that needs to be done has to do with you letting go of, like I mentioned in the last reading where we got this card, letting go of the need to control or needing it to be a certain way for it to work out. Like releasing that like the so much like holding on to something that you end up rejecting it instead of like calling it in. So I would say continue to relax. I'm going to pull an animal card because you mentioned the puppy, but continue to go with the flow. And I think that's where the magic will happen. Maybe in a ceremony, maybe some kind of ritual or ceremony, you might meet them. Yes. Let's see, there's a lot that came out. Nightingale, lamb, the bee, the gazelle, the hummingbird. I know this is a lot, but I'm gonna simplify it. Don't worry. And the bat. They get me every time I wrestle with setting them. I don't even realize I'm doing them. So they're focus. Here's what you need to focus on. This is like the little journey that will help you to get to where you want in your life. Yeah, right? The nightingale is about speaking your truth. So focus on like staying in your center in terms of if you keep expressing your truth, you will feel like you're in the right place at the right time, right? Sing your song. What I see in this card is you're singing your song and then someone's hearing it. And it's very prophetic. So, intentionally, I wanted to know more about if there's a relationship here. It's prophetic, which means the lamb makes it spiritual. It brings in the spiritual. The bee, it points out to community. Like maybe this person you will find in some sort of community that helps each other, that connects with each other. The gazelle is about grace, but also like serenity. But it's like it's also a feeling of calmness. There's a calmness to this card. They say love finds you when you least expect it. And yeah, exactly. The hummingbird is see the beauty in everything. See the beauty in everything. And then the bat is like the tower moment, or this is the shift. This is the Ten of Wands. This is what you've been... See, having the Ten of Wands in this reading is like there's something really powerful that you have come out of. There's there's a big change that has happened in your life, and that big change marks the ending of that phase of your life, marks the beginning of a new phase. And the beginning of the new phase has to do with love, with being in your own power, with now being on your own internal journey, with understanding your emotions, with being like embodying that high priestess energy. And but the main thing that you need to do is to let go, like stop holding on to whatever it was that happened in your past that might be keeping you from moving forward, because that's the only thing that's getting in the way, is this Four of Pentacles. But this does feel like a positive reading, but it also feels like a more personal reading that is giving you like information as to how to get exactly where you want to be, which is like if you want the relationship or, you know, the puppy. I feel like the puppy would definitely be a good thing, because like I said, if you end up meeting someone like in nature, while you're hiking, you know, like the puppy might be a part of that. Like your desire to want or have a puppy might be a part of, like, it's the universe saying, hey, like, yes, like do this, because somehow this puppy is going to be like the next, it'll take you to the next place, because it's your intuition that you're following. That's what I'm feeling. So I don't know if that gave you some clarity, but that's what I got. That's what I got. So thank you. Thanks for signing up for a reading, Britt. Okie dokie. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me tonight, and everyone that signed up for a reading. Remember, we've got the Module 2, Aquarian Astrology, coming up on Tuesday. We've got summer webinar on Thursday, so make sure to sign up for those, you guys, in the next couple of days. Word. I've really let go of someone who I thought was my fur person. Okay, that's rough. That's the rough part for sure. Letting go of a relationship like that is like definitely hard. You're welcome. And also, if you want to donate to my GoFundMe, my album fund, to help me record my songs, I've got about a month to do it. So I'm going to be promoting that a lot and talking about that a lot in all of my lives. I would really appreciate it. And if you can go watch that video from last night, where I told you the story of, you know, who the person is that's going to be producing my songs, and I shared some of my songs. That's a really good video if you want to share it out with people. The main thing that will help me, if you want to help and you are not able to donate yourself, is to at least share out the link for me. And of course, get involved in the community. We have a Facebook group called Channel for Grace. I have an Instagram. You can follow me on Instagram at Channel for Grace. I'm starting to go live on there a lot more often. I'll probably be going live and playing songs on there too. And I have a newsletter, and when you sign up for my newsletter, you get my free moon astrology guide. So make sure that you guys get on that list, and I let you know when these really awesome, powerful events are coming up, and classes and all that stuff. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Wendy, so much for moderating tonight. You're always amazing, always present, and you always show up, and I appreciate the help so much. And everybody else that was in here and was helping to moderate and kind of take care of the chat, thank you so much. Everybody that has a little blue wrench, make sure you guys follow the moderators. I will see you. Let's see, when am I going to go live next? Oh, wow. So I think we're planning on going live with Jason on Wednesday on his channel for mini readings. So look out for that. I think I'm going to be uploading, if I get the time to do it, because I have so much work to do in the next couple of days, I might be uploading a video, a pick a card reading for the Neptune retrograde. And if I don't get to do that, then I will definitely send out an email and post on Instagram about the Neptune retrograde. So following me on all the social media really gives you like the full spectrum of everything that I have to offer for you guys. And then after that, I'll go live next Friday for mini readings again. So if you want to get on the list for that, feel free to get on the list between now and then. And then we may go live again with Jason on Jason's channel. So on this channel, I'll see you guys next Friday, or I'll see you guys Tuesday night for Module 2, or Thursday night for the summer webinar. Thank you guys. Sat Nam. See you guys soon.